For quite a long time, I had been looking into creating a mobile setup for my computer and the things that I do, right? Like a digital nomad lifestyle. And all the videos that I saw and looked at, it's just people with a laptop, maybe, one monitor, a ring light, SSD hard drive, and it's very minimal and easy. Well, unfortunately, that never worked for me. So I kept having to dig deeper and look for my own solutions. And so today, what I want to present you with is what I have come up with in terms of my mobile solution to give you inspiration, right? It's not like you have to do outright everything that I showcase, but some of the items you might be able to use. Others, may spark some creativity. And also I open the door for you commenting and letting me know things that I can improve upon, right? This is to get a dialogue going. But let's start with the best way to begin, which is showcasing my actual setup. So this right here is my home setup. As you can see, I have 2 monitors, and attached, I also, at the moment, have 3 hard drives. These are both 18 terabyte hard drives, and then you have another 8 terabyte hard drive here. I like the Mac Mini, so I use that. I've also got a docking station here that connects to the various things. And then down on the bottom here, I have APC units, so that way, in case the power goes out, it's okay because I've got battery backup and, can have enough juice at least to power down the computer as needed. So as you can see, it's quite a lot. And for the things that I do, generally I'm always using 2 hard drives, but sometimes more. And so that's really, my biggest need is always to have hard drives and things like that. And I like the 2 monitor setup. So that's my current setup. And the idea is to essentially have all the things that I showed you duplicated for my mobile setup. So shifting gears, essentially here, what you'll see is kind of everything laid out that is part of my mobile setup. So inside this bag right here are monitors. So I've got one 23-inch monitor and a secondary 23-inch monitor, and then everything that I need for it as far as cables and the stands right in this pouch here. And this I found through Amazon, and you can find a single monitor bag if you'd like. You can find dual ones like I did. And as far as the sizing, it just depends on what size monitor you want. As you can see, mine are pretty big, so I like to try to replicate that. And so I did that with these. These are 23-inch. And, it looks a little bit big perhaps, but it's actually relatively light, all things considered. So, it's good to go, and it's got a divider and it's kept safe. So, I really, really like this. Then what I have here is a specific carrying unit for my Mac Mini. And depending on your computer, I imagine a lot of people use laptops, things of that nature, so you can have a carrying case for that. But I like the Mac Mini. Mine's actually a bit older. I am eventually trying to upgrade to the newer one, which is much smaller and way more powerful. But for the time being, I have this one, and so that fits right in here. And then I have various cables, right? So for the most part, I'm just keeping it very basic in terms of what I need. So I've got a secondary power cord specifically for the Mac Mini. Then I've got hard drive cables, and then I've got the power cords specifically for my big bad boy 18 terabyte hard drive. So I have that, and all the cables themselves will go into this nice pouch here, and so forth. Then what I've got on the side here, so I've got the box for the docking station, and this just gives me more ability to connect things, right? Whether it's USBs, USB-Cs, HDMI cables, things things of that nature, right? It just gives me more ability to plug stuff in, right? SD cards, I don't need a separate reader for that. So it has, micro and the regular size and yada, yada, right? Then for me, I could go with headphones, but, just in case I, like to have these. So these are just some portable speakers that I can plug in and, be able to edit and all that stuff with. Then I've got my secondary keyboard right here, so I can plug that in. And then I've got an APC unit here as well, so the battery backup, right? That way, no matter where I go, it's a bit bulky, but this just keeps it safe. So that way, in case of power outage, I'm okay, right? And then inside this pouch is my trackball. I like the trackball, so I use that. And so essentially, to pack all this stuff up, what I'm going to do is, I am going to shut down the computer, and then I essentially unplug everything from the back here, right? And I don't need to take the cables. I just need the Mac Mini. I need the docking station and then the actual physical hard drives themselves. But again, the cables and all that stay behind because I've already got that replicated within this, right? So that's the hassle of it, is just, if I had to literally unplug all this and take it with me, that would be a pain in the ass. It's bulky enough having to, pack up the hard drives into their original cases and stuff like that, and this and that. But, as you can see, I've got a suitcase dedicated just for the computer stuff. So it's quite a bit. But, still it works, right? It allows me to be mobile and to travel and so forth at the same time. Being able to do anything that I need, and all things considered, this is a carry-on size suitcase, and so for the most part, I can travel, and it's not a big hassle where I can still continue doing all of my work. So that's how I have it. And in other episodes, I've talked about also making sure that everything that I have is fully backed up. So with the hard drives that I have a secondary pair that, is a mirror of it. And I use Free File Sync to make sure everything's all backed up properly and, replicated on those, as well as I use Backblaze, which is a cloud storage service. And the reason I like it is because it's relatively cheap. It's like $80 a year for me. And I can have unlimited storage, unlike G Drive or anything like that, which, you can get like 2 terabytes and stuff like that, but you're paying on a monthly. And, anything beyond that, for me, just to give you an idea, here you can see I'm still kind of syncing one of the hard drives that I have. So there's about 2 terabytes remaining. And so far I've backed up 22 terabytes worth of data onto Backblaze. So that's quite a bit, but it's good to know that, everything is safe no matter where I go in that regard. So this is my mobile setup, as I said at the top of the episode. I hope it inspires you. Whatever questions you may have about any of these products, let me know. I've tried to avoid the specifics just because there's all kinds of options out there, and I want this to be as customizable an experience as you'd like, for your own needs. But of course, happy to make recommendations in terms of anything you might have questions about. So just comment down below or hit me up on social media at Svitek. I hope this truly does help. As I opened up the episode, I've been searching and trying to figure this out for quite a while. So far, this is my best iteration, but I will continue to iterate, and hopefully, I'll have in a year or two something even better to be able to share. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time.